Hi guys, today's lesson is about elimination by multiplication. Remember, when we try to solve a system, the goal is to get one equation with just one variable. So you have to find some way to cancel either the x or the y variable. So we are going to try here. We are going to say, I need to move this. So these are our two equations, and if you notice that even if you were to change the signs, neither the x nor the y will cancel out. So the objective is to somehow create the same coefficient for the x or the same coefficient for the y. And there's more than one way of doing it. But when I look at this, I see that my x and y are already negative, positive. And here also the y's are already negative and positive. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use the LCM to figure out what to do. So you want to do the least amount of work so that you don't make mistakes and get to what you need to do, which is cancel the x or the y. So here I figure that if I can make this negative 5y into a negative 15y, the y's will cancel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the entire equation by 3. Now, equations can be multiplied or divided just like fractions, but you cannot do that for expressions. You can only do that for equations. So since we're not changing the first equation, you're just going to rewrite the first equation the way it is, and then you're going to multiply the entire equation, the second equation, by 3. So it becomes 21x minus 15y equals 51. Now we're ready to add. You're going to put your line through and you're going to cancel out the y's, and you're going to do the math as you see it. So minus 2x plus 21x, which becomes 19x, and minus 32 plus 51, which becomes 19. Therefore, x is equal to 1. You can go back and substitute into either one of these equations. I chose the first one, and it turns out that the y value is negative 2. So my system is positive 1, negative 2 is the point of intersection. I'd like you to try this. Pause the video and give it a try. Think about which one you should multiply so you can cancel easily. And I chose to multiply the second one by 3. So my the first equation by 3. So my first equation, everything gets multiplied by 3. My second equation remains the same. And now I add. You do the math as you see it, and make sure you cancel out the y's because they cancel. So minus 15x plus 3x is negative 12x, and 18 plus 6 is 24. Therefore, x is negative 2. I chose the second equation to find my other variable. Turns out y is positive 2, and that is my system. Now, sometimes it's not enough to change just one equation. We have to change both equations so that we can cancel. And in this case, not only do you have to change the coefficient using the LCM, but you also have to change the sign of one of these. I like to keep my top equation with the positive. So I'm going to multiply my top equation by 3. And I'm going to multiply that bottom equation by negative 2. The goal is to get the same coefficient for the y's, because if I multiply the top equation by 3, I'll get 6y. And if I multiply the second equation by negative 2, I'll get negative 6y. So here's my multiplied equation. Second equation is multiplied by negative 2. Notice how the y's will cancel. You're going to do the math as you see it. 9x minus 8x is just x, and 3 plus 4 is 7. Therefore, x is equal to 7. I chose the first equation to find my other variable, and my point of intersection is 7, negative 10. I want you to try this. This one is a little bit easier because you already have a plus and minus. So you simply have to multiply the top equation by which number? By 2. The bottom equation by 3, so that we end up with 6y and negative 6y. This is the result of the first multiplication. This is the result of the second multiplication. The y's cancel. Put a line through, simplify, go back and substitute to get the other variable, and that is your point of intersection. Notice that in all of these questions, the x's are lined up, the y's are lined up, the equal signs are lined up. So let's see if you can do this. I'll give you a few moments. You need to look at it and think about it. Pause the video so you can figure it out. So the best way to do this is by rearranging the terms so that they are in standard form. The second one is not in standard form. So we're going to rewrite the first equation just the way it is. And the second equation, we're going to put it in standard form. Now, I have a 4y and an 8y. If I multiply the first equation by negative 2, I'll get negative 8y. So here's my equation that has been multiplied out. This is my second equation. Now I add, and the y's over here cancel. I go back to the top to find the value of y. Turns out y is positive 16, and my point of intersection is negative 4, 16. And that is it. Goodbye.